Hello guys, welcome back to Comic Book Cafe. Today we're talking about Hulk Volume 3, Issue 6. Now, one of the most big things about this issue is obviously we now have what's called the Omega Hulk. Now, the Omega Hulk is basically a smart Hulk. Basically, he's called Doc Green or whatever you want to call him because now he's not a dumb Hulk, he is a very smart, intelligent Hulk. Now, we've had very many iterations of Hulk through the years, gray, green, dumb Hulk, whatever Hulk, Banner and Hulk being merged together, all this other stuff. This time we have a smart, intelligent Hulk. And the premise of this episode is simple, that he wants to test his new treatment that would actually get rid of gamma radiated monsters like himself. People have been turned into through the A-bomb or other stuff. By MODOK and other stuff. So the first person he's going to treat is Rick Jones, who is A-bomb, which is basically a blue-looking abomination. That's what his monster looks like. And so, he's going to treat him, and A-bomb breaks out, and he thinks he's going to be the easiest one, and you go back to the flashback of the original, Bruce Banner becoming the Hulk, where, of course, his gamma radiated bomb went off, and he saved Rick Jones, and he, took the blast from the bomb, of course, which later made him the Hulk. And A-bomb doesn't want to give up the thing, so they have this big fight. They fight back and forth, and Hulk kind of does his little lines, like, you won't like me when I'm angry, but still very smart and intelligent. Calls his team to send him the thing he needs to basically do his treatment on Rick Jones. They fight back and forth. A-bomb doesn't want to get turned, and then ultimately the Hulk, getting beat and everything else, his nose broken, and he fixes it. He ultimately gets it. He ultimately subdues him, and ultimately gives him the treatment. Now, when the treatment happens, you're wondering, is it going to work or not? Even the Hulk's questioning, did I miscalculate? But ultimately, he turns back to Rick Jones. Now, instead of Rick Jones being happy and being like, oh, finally the curse is lifted, he's like upset about the fact the Hulk has decided that he's no longer going to be this. He's like, what do I do now? And like the Hulk said, I don't expect you to do the same thing for me. And the most interesting thing about it is he talks about how the treatment will not work for the Hulk because it is, his cells and stuff. So the treatment won't work on the Hulk. So it'll work on anybody else but him, who's gamma radiated. He hints at that I need you to help me with her, not saying who her is. And then, of course, Rick Jones asks him, how are you going to stop more people becoming, getting hit by A-bombs? And he says he'll take care of MODOK, which at the very end, you see him have a hold of MODOK, and MODOK, say, giving this, I'm sorry, it'll never happen again, and saying, I've been, brought, reborn, and I'm not that guy again, brought back to life. You see a little banter between the Shield guards going, didn't he used to work for us? Or doesn't he work for us? And they're like, no, he used to. And so that little wrap up of the MODOK thing, at least in that character's current form, he's not going to do this, right? Personality, whatever. The very end of the comic book, you see Thunderbolt Ross, aka Red Hulk, who sees that Rick Jones has been depowered, and he's not going to wait around for the Hulk to go after him. He's going to go after the Hulk, and he's going to prove that he's the only Hulk. So, left standing. So, there you go. Obviously, Ross will be the next one. The curiosity about this storyline is, are they going to have the Hulk go out and basically, of all the gamma radiated, creatures, monsters he had to fight over the years, is he going to get rid of all these creatures like the Red Hulk, the Red She-Hulk? Are they going to have him basically get rid of these creatures, which would ultimately lead... I don't think he's going to be the only one, because I don't think they're going to, like the leader, I don't think they're going to get rid of the leader. So, it will be interesting to see, is this going to be like a year-long thing where he hunts down every gamma-rated creature, monster over the years in the Marvel Universe? And we'll see how this plays out. But for right now, Rick Jones is now back to Rick Jones. Rick Jones is going to help him, which means he's going to go back to his sidekick status, I guess, ultimately. Again, it is interesting to see that they're going this way with the Hulk being able to depower other gamma-rated monsters. And then we'll see how this treatment, maybe somewhere along the line this treatment gets changed and something happens he doesn't expect. But So what do you think of the new Omega Hulk, the Smart Hulk? I mean, it's something different than the Smash Hulk, obviously. And it's not the first time the Hulk's been like in the 90s, of course. Bruce Banner and the Hulk all like merged, and it was Bruce Banner's brain in the Hulk body, and he was green all the time. Kind of like back to that in a way. But what's your opinion of this Hulk number 6? What do you think of the direction going forward? Do you like that direction? Not like it? Anyway, guys, like what happens when it gets to, obviously there's big hero villains, Abomination and other stuff like that. What happens when it gets to them? Are they going to get rid of those bad guys? Of course, you would leader. Then you'd think that would only be a temporary thing. But anyway, love to hear your guys' opinions. Enough of me rambling on for today. I'll talk to you guys again for another video soon.